Metal Nation. All right, Matt. I'm Tim. That's Matt. This is Podcasting Down. All right, Matt. You are or have been an editor. Yes?
I have or have been an editor.
Okay. Part of my... You can consider this an addendum to my... that episode that you love so bad, where I went through the process of keeping my music library categorized.
Oh, nice. I love.
No.
We need another tedious Podcast and Down episode. We should really book Mike and talk about FLAC files or something.
Oh, I love FLAC. I do everything in FLAC.
See, it's gonna be a good episode.
But that's not why we're here. We're talking about tagging. All right.
Ooh.
All right. And
Metadata.
yes, metadata. And if you're already rolling your eyes, fuck you and listen anyway. This goes for you. If this isn't something you're passionate about, it means you're wrong, because you are not detail oriented enough to enjoy the music you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
So, title case.
Ooh, we're going there.
This has been okay. So I got a certain CD.
Okay.
I'll just flash it on the screen real quick. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
And I put it in, right? And it reads the database, and automatically gives you song titles. Okay.
I mean, that's one of the advantages of having one of those CD players that shows you the track title as you play it.
That's right. So I did this in Music B. I don't know which database it's pulling from, but it capitalized the word of, and I fucking blew a gasket. You don't fucking capitalize of unless it's the first word. Of Wolf and Man by Metallica. That's capitalized.
Okay. Of Mice and Men by Steinbeck, capitalized.
Isn't there a Megadeth song of Mice and Men? I think there is. So there you go.
I believe you're right.
And and again, all my hatred is towards the Americans, the native English speakers who don't fucking know how to capitalize things. It drives me insane. Germans, Swedes, they get half a pass.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I buy German CDs and the capitalization's all wrong on there, but they capitalize nouns all the time. Their shift keys might be worn.
Yeah.
Who knows? And
but I don't think you would.
Swedes just don't give a fuck.
Well, the Swedes barely even speak a language.
You can address your angry emails in Swedish to Matt at podcastanddown.
Although if you are Swedish, please get someone to help you.
So in the past, what I would do is use songcase.com, but songcase.com is gone. So
where'd it go?
I don't know. I guess I was the only user.
Oh wow.
That's not paying the bills. So
wow.
So basically it was just a text box, and you dump your title in there, and then
and it'll title case it for you?
And it'll title case it for you. So my next step is, since I have a lot of it automated in Python, some Python code I wrote, because of course I do. I attempted to use dot title on a string. You know what that does? Capitalize every letter after a white space. It's that's all wrong.
That's just that's frustrating.
So I thought it was weird that there was no way to pick a style manual. So as an editor, are you familiar with all the different styles?
I generally am.
I don't know what Songcase used.
I mean, most title case is pretty standard. I mean, some title case like infinitives could be a sticking point. I believe AP Style and Chicago have very different like notions of title case. So if you wrote, I want to hold you, like let's say that was your thing. I think AP in Chicago would disagree as to whether you capitalize the to hold.
To hold you. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
APA does not capitalize to or hold. Okay.
Right.
AP capitalizes to. MLA does not. BB does not. AMA does not. New York Times does not. Wikipedia does.
Yeah.
How did I go through that fast? I found my new website that I'm going to use, but it gives you style options. And I need to know so you're going to tell me which style option to use, and we'll throw some things at it and see what happens.
Oh, nice. But double check that, because I believe AP should definitely capitalize infinitives.
AP, yes, AP does, but APA does not. What are these things anyway?
Okay, I mean, so
AP is Associated Press. I got that one. NYT is New York Times. I got that one.
Yep.
Wiki is Wikipedia. But what are these other ones?
Okay, so APA is the American Psychological Association, and because most scientists are too busy, I don't know, running trials to care about grammar and stuff, they leave it to the psychologist to decide the style. So most hard sciences, like a hard science journal, will usually use APA. So if you're in the sciences, engineering, biology, any of those things,
This
you'd
all
use
sounds
APA.
pretty metal to me. You know, science has a correct answer, and metal is about absolutes.
These are all pretty metal.
So I'm liking APA to start with.
Okay, APA is pretty good, but it makes some mistakes. Chicago is kind
Metal
of your
City,
classic
meat packing.
So Chicago is the University of Chicago. So it's the most. It's the most. Well, no, it's pretty metal because the university just decided what good manuscripts are, and just said if you want to publish with University of Chicago, you're writing like this. And for whatever reason, it became really popular and famous.
I like this. So they invented rules and then subjected people to their rules for the opportunity.
It's like I want to
exist on their platform.
Yeah, you want to publish us? Fuck you. You're capitalizing and you're not capitalizing this infinitive. You're gonna have 3 M dashes, and that's final. Okay, so Chicago.
Since you brought it up, M dashes and N dashes are those ASCII, and should I be worried about them in my tagging?
Okay, yes, you should.
No.
But
man, I'm gonna have to go through everything. Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, that's gonna vary according to style. So, for example, AP will do M dashes all wrong. To do an M dash in AP, I believe you might even have to use an N dash. It's very stupid.
What's the difference besides length?
Okay. Well, the difference is the length, right? So an M dash, this is a typography thing. So an M dash is the width of a lowercase m, and an N dash is the width of a lowercase n. So the N dash is about like 2/3, maybe 3/4 of an M dash, depending on your font and your print type. Okay, so an N dash generally is used for things like date spans. So Megadeth was good. The Megadeth good era, 1985 to 1993, and then you'd have an N dash between that, right?
Got it.
But if you would say Dave Mustaine dash known douche, then you would use an M dash, right? But APA, for example, wants you to use spaces, so it would do space dash space, which is, you don't need that. It's a dash. But but that brings us to AP. So AP is Associated Press style, and it's basically if you want to write for the newspaper. MLA is a whiny baby English department one, but it's also really easy. So a lot of English departments use MLA. It's the Manual of Literary. Oh no, sorry, it's the Modern Language Association. So again, like English departments, linguistics, comparative literature. Wiki is Wiki. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
The best one is Chicago.
Well, Chicago, Metal City. Okay, so capitalizemytitle.com, not a sponsor.
Mhm.
And I don't even know if they have ads because I have multiple layers of ad blocking on my internet. They allow you to choose all these. So your recommendation is Chicago, but it's not the most metal of these. Well, AP, there's nothing metal about that. MLA, I don't know, English departments. Not as metal as APA, I would say.
I do like the fact that a bunch of people living like in the 1880s declare themselves the Modern Language Association.
BB says the Blue Book title capitalization rules. Now, I'm out because it's blue. Blue isn't metal. If it was
style,
if you the proper what the proper the heaven and hell reference, if it was Bible black. Look up the capitalization rules in the Bible black, and that now I'm in. But no.
So the Blue Book is a legal style system. So if you it's used by like Harvard Law Review, Columbia Law Review, Yale Law. So it's pedantic.
I like that.
And has a lot of opinions about squiggles, like section twists. So that's cool. But I don't think it's very metal. It's too like exacting to be metal.
Okay. Too exacting to be metal. I don't know.
I'm trying the that line from The Usual Suspects. Give me the keys, you stupid cocksucker, and seeing which ones I Like
you can do other things, by the way. You can do sentence case, uppercase, lowercase, first letter. AITCA. What's the AIT case? Oh, that looks awful. That's like Lee Hexter.
That's awesome. Oh, that's like back in the day, like AIM.
I think it's every other letter.
Yeah, like everyone's name was like
case.
Oh, right, because it's alternate. Like everyone would be like Red Dragon 79. Like that would be your fucking screen name.
All right. Well, let's put this through some of its paces real quick. So I'm gonna do one that's I see wrong all the time, Sad But True by Metallica.
I'm still using the alt case, so I'm having fun.
Let's start with the alt case. Oh, nope, that's wrong. Title case. All right. It looks like they're all the same, and but is always the but is always small. Just,
Right. So I think here the general rule is that if it's a conjunction. Wow, this is our most riveting episode.
No, this isn't anywhere near as tedious as the science of death vocals.
Okay, this is actually a good one to check because I know a lot of them will have a 3-letter rule. So if it's a conjunction less than 3 letters, it will lowercase it. But if it's a conjunction longer than 3 letters, it might cap it. It might not.
All right.
So what's something with a width?
Sad above true.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, but let's try it. All right. So
I think there's going to be lots of capping.
Chicago makes that lowercase.
Yeah. See, so here's a lot of difference because MLA and Chicago say, fuck you guys. A conjunction is a conjunction. And so conjunctions are lowercase. If you're going to make of lowercase, fucking above, below, any of this shit. From should be lowercase as well. But these crybabies like AP, APA, the New York Times are gonna say like, that's too many letters. We gotta capitalize it or we'll look bad. So that's a big difference there.
All right, I gotta.
All right, here's one to try. Death from Above. That's
Ooh.
another one, right?
That's a good one. It's a good song title too. Death from Above. Yep. Chicago has from as lowercase. Everything else is uppercase. MLA also. BB also lowercase. Everyone else. Why is there an email? Email is a choice here. I don't really get that one. Well, no, I'm not emailing anyone lyrics. Okay, let's try Manowar's instrumental, almost 10 minutes long, from Louder Than Hell. Today is a good day to die. That is one I've seen wrong. People think is should be small.
No, it should not be small.
Yep. So like all of them are the same. Well, hang on.
But
AP capitalizes to. Today is a good day to die.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's that infinitive I was telling you about. Another thing is almost nobody, no style guide is giving you a cap A, but I think a lot of people, like if we were going to go on the Man of War Reddit, I think a lot of people would cap that A. I
think Man of War themselves would put the whole thing in uppercase because uppercase is stronger letters. They're not poser lowercase letters, which does solve all the problems.
So even though I love CapitalizeMyTitle.com, not a sponsor, I don't really understand the value of uppercase and lowercase because can't you just do that?
No, it turns the whole thing to uppercase.
Right, I know, but like we have a caps lock.
If you had a block of text that you'd
okay, all right, okay.
To be fair, there is only a line. There's only a box for one line of text, but I can see a box of like a big text box if you want the whole thing.
Okay,
or lead hacksaw, which is really what they should be calling it.
But you can do that in Word, isn't like Shift F3 or something?
Oh, is it? Well, who uses Word?
I do.
All right, here's a curveball. 99 Ways to Die by Megadeth.
Oh, interesting.
So the song title is 99 Ways to Die, and it looks like all of these keep the number. What's the rule on numbers?
So this is a problem because I think this is not doing it. This is just formatting your text versus applying the rules. So generally, you shouldn't be starting a sentence with figures. Yeah. So how could you get around this, right? So you would probably, if you're going to talk about this song, I would still put the 99 as figures, but I would put it in quotes. So the sentence, 99 Ways to Die is my favorite song. I would put that in quotes to preserve the 99, but really, you should, if you're starting a sentence with it, I think it should be spelled out 99 Ways to Die. However, I think in this case, the title case is warranted with the figures. And this is okay. Now this is interesting. So these are all American conventions. Because here's another thing. Should 99 in title case, if we were going to spell out 90-9, should the 9 be capitalized?
I'm gonna write. Let's find out what this does. 99 Ways to Die. AP with their capital 2. All right, it looks like the numbers need capitals. Capital 2. They all capitalize 9 in 99. Okay.
They do, but British spelling would lower the 9. Just
All right,
like
so should we defer to the country of origin of the band?
right. See, so or like another thing is like southeast, right? Like southeast. Like in English or in American English, we would make that one word, southeast. But in British English, it would be south hyphen lowercase east.
Oh,
It's just
I've
because they
seen-
would treat it as one unit, and the hyphen is doing its job.
I've seen that in like Antarctic exploration books.
Right. So for me, as an American trained editor, that just looks wrong, and I would want that east to be lowercase. I mean, I would want it to be uppercase. But that's not what them Britons do.
Okay, so 2 more examples, then we can get out of here because I think I have enough information to proceed. From Dimmu Borgir's second album, Stormblast, I tried Når sjelen hentes til helvete, which is when the souls are brought to hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Capitalized my title, doesn't realize that's not English, and capitalized everything.
Yeah, I
Wrong.
think
That is wrong. This is a no, wrong button. That's how wrong it was. This is, you have to follow Norwegian capitalization rules, which is the first word, that's it.
See, now again,
Because
I'm not so
I got plenty of
sure.
songs not in English, and I want to make sure they're capitalized correctly.
So you want to capitalize them according to the conventions of the language in which they are.
Of course, because any other way is incorrect.
Okay, now what happens if you have a Japanese or like Israeli metal band? Because there's famously no
Yes.
capitalization, or there's no major or minor case of the letters. Would you title case it? Would you all caps it? Would you all all minuscule it? Like, what would you do if it's a transliteration of a language
I
that
think
doesn't
I would
have?
put it in its original language.
Oh, so you okay? So you want you want the actual character set?
Yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know if I've had to cross that bridge because I got some stuff in Cyrillic and I use that.
Okay.
But I don't
Okay,
know how
so you
far it goes. All right, so yeah, Metal Nation, send me some Japanese and some Israeli language bands so I can investigate the best way to keep them in my library. Oh, that's a great idea.
So when you buy famed Indian heavy metal band Bloodywood, that's pretty good.
Like Bollywood.
Bloodywood's new studio album, Rakshak. You're gonna have that in Hindi,
I think so.
Rashaka, instead of like.
This is a bridge I haven't crossed. This is going to be an update.
Yo, by the way, Bloodywood seems fucking awesome.
Can't argue with that name. All right, one last one. And I'm bringing this one up because on Metal Archives, it's titled one way, but the capitalization gets it all, does not agree. So what's the correct one for this one? And Justice for All. Now that starts with an ellipsis. So it's ... and Justice for All. On Metal Archives, and is lowercase. You put it in to capitalize my title, and is uppercase.
Right, because I think it's still the initial word. And again, so this rule, and I believe everyone agrees on this, the initial word, it doesn't matter. Just like of Mice and Men, right? Like whatever the initial word of a title is should be capitalized.
Yeah. So I wonder who made this decision on on Metal Archives.
Well, I'm sure whoever made that decision is a polite and reasonable individual.
I can't top that. Let's get the fuck out of here. Well, thank you for your advice. Until next time, Metal Nation, if you need to write in that annoying lead Hexor case, it's capitalizemytitle.com. And keep your titles correctly capitalized, dick.
Hole.
Dick hole.
Not if you want it published by the University of Chicago, you don't.